Oh, hello, Christian. How you doing?
Oh, hello, Megan.
Funny
how we
seeing you
doing?
here.
Wild seeing you here.
Yeah. Thank you for coming all the way down from NorCal just to do this podcast.
Yeah, this your podcast? Yeah.
This was the only reason. Exactly.
Hey.
Hey.
You can't see my leg in the shot, but it's funny in my head.
This is my absolute dream to be a part of your podcast. I listen to it every single day.
On your bucket list?
Yeah, on my bucket list actually is to be a part of your podcast specifically.
This lazy beanbag chair vibes is kind of a vibe.
We got it from Erica's home.
I can't pull this off on my set.
This podcast is sponsored by
Erica.
Erica's home. You can take anything from her home, and it's free.
Steal her shit. And then get her address.
You can find her at...
You can find her at this exact coordinate.
Don't knock. Just go straight in.
Just break in. Just kick the door. Eric, if you're listening, I'm going to steal something.
Yeah.
How are we?
We doing good.
How we feeling?
Good.
Hungover?
No, not... Unfortunately, no.
I
I
can't
wish I
remember if you
was.
drove or not.
Huh?
I can't remember if you drove last night or not.
I did drive.
We
But
partied
that was
last
because
night.
I only had one shot.
One shot.
One shot.
No, that's not true.
One shot of Pfizer.
A Pfizer. You only had one shot?
Yeah.
No.
So when we were at Carly's, she was passing around little baby shots.
Love Carly.
Like you know those itty bitty.
Happy
ones?
birthday, Carly.
Happy birthday, Carly. This is also sponsored by Carly.
This is sponsored by Carly's birthday.
This is sponsored by Carly's birthday. So I mean, I had a couple of those, but they were like itty bitty baby shots, so those are like basically a quarter of a shot.
Mm-hmm.
Then I took a shot out of Chris's belly button, which is basically a sip.
Yeah. Gotta make sure we're recording. We're good.
But
So you took one body shot
one body shot, yes.
and didn't drink anything at the bar?
I had a sip of a drink that Chris bought me, but then I gave it to Maria because I wanted to make sure that baby girl was taken care of.
So you didn't have, like, essentially any alcohol last night?
Yeah, essentially. Like, I had, like, little sips here and there. But, you know.
What is up with LA bars, like, their drinks being cost you an arm and a leg? You live here.
You know, the trick with LA is going to only the gay bars.
Just to be
Because
rich.
here's the thing. They will make the drink, like, half of it alcohol, and you'll actually end up going blind by the end of the night. It'll cost you about $4.
I will give my compliments to the bartender I did have. She, like, most of my shit was booze. Heavy ass pour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It was a good, like, besides the ice, it was a good, like, 75% booze. 2 different type of tequilas and a margarita. I'm like,
I feel like
okay.
that's the correct ratio.
Yeah. If you're spending $20 on a drink, which is absurd, yeah.
I feel like we should give a little bit of a background of how we know each other.
How do we know each other?
So,
You just showed up in my Jeep one day.
yeah, and you brought your camera and you
Yep.
started taking photos of me in a swimsuit.
Truth.
Very, very, very fun and skimpy photos. And I attribute you to being, like, getting me to where I am right now.
You attribute me to getting...
Yeah, like, no, I attribute us meeting each other to where I'm at today because I'm, like, doing all these modeling and, like, a quarter of my feed is stuff that you've done.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So,
You should have posted those pics I took you that day.
what day?
The day we met. When we were at the lake.
My grandmother follows me. I cannot. I have to put some sort of a filter. Maybe one of these days they'll get comfortable enough to where,
Just
like...
blog your grandma.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
I'll just get comfortable enough. I'll just get my entire family comfortable enough to where they're like, dang.
Just have 2 Instagrams.
One with, like, a fake name.
Just make, like, your, like, Megan Vinther with, like, an extra letter in there, and then only family follows that, and that's where you post, like, all your
Are people able to comment on your podcast?
comment.
Like
how do you
make
mean?
comments, like, you know, like a comment section.
On, like, YouTube, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Everyone comment what my fake Instagram name should be. You know, my second one where I post more scandalous stuff.
Blonde with a fat ass. That just sounds like an OnlyFans name.
Everyone give different ideas.
Comment down below what you think I should name my OnlyFans name. Anyway.
No OnlyFans. No OnlyFans.
Just vibes.
Just vibes. And creative vibes.
Turn the mic towards you. There you go. Doesn't have to be that close. Just the light towards you. So I'll be editing it and I'll be like, I'll hear your audio be like way out here. So it just sounds like I'm talking to myself, which is not fun for audio listeners.
There's such a big difference between living in NorCal versus SoCal. Like, I think I saw something not that long ago where someone was saying, were you the hottest person in your high school and in need of a job? Move to LA. And they'd like, I don't know. They listed a bunch of facts where it's like, this is the only place where you can get $18 avocado toast. But also,
I don't get the obsession with avocado toast.
I like it. I think
But yeah,
it's
I feel
yummy.
like LA's that place where, I don't know how to describe it. I feel like LA's that place people go just to get out of their hometown.
I was like, I need to get out of here.
No one that fits where they are moved to LA.
I don't know. Where we're at, it's like, I feel like the moms are more catty than the high schoolers.
I mean, specifically where we're at, yeah. 'Cause
Yeah. Specifically.
we
Like,
live in rich guy LA.
everyone's just so bored that they get into their own shit and they just talk about each other. Like, I would overhear moms talking bad about like middle school girls, and I was like, what the hell? Well, you're a grown woman talking bad about like a little middle school girl.
It's because they don't work and their husband pays for all their bills. So they gotta have something to keep them preoccupied. Talking shit about 12-year-olds.
I just needed to move to a place where people were less bored, because when people are bored, they do some crazy things.
Like what?
Like talk bad about middle schoolers. Like get involved in things that they don't
Getting
need to get
involved is
involved
wild.
in.
Talking shit's another thing.
I don't know, like just thinking that they have like an opinion on other people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
Not even an opinion, but be able to have say.
Like, yeah,
Like,
Deborah's mom's a fucking whore. She slept with a soccer coach. Shit like that.
Yeah. Or like, I remember like some of the moms would say like, like she's sticking to like the exact same size pants. Like she just needs to like own up and get like the bigger size, because like you're having some crazy muffin top girl. The low-waisted jeans ain't working for you. Like literally grown-ass moms saying things like that.
That's some wild shit.
No,
Here comes
literally.
Chris.
What's going on?
You're talking the blue light.
What's up, blue light?
Oh,
This
that's
blue
not
light.
the blue light.
What's up, blue light?
There you go. You got it. So, Megan, if you have any unconventional superpower, what would yours be?
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if we told Chris
Oh my
about
gosh.
this.
So this was yesterday's conversation topic, which was if you had an unconventional superpower, what would it be? Now a little bit of context. It's something to where it's cool, but not anything that's like great, you know, like let's say you can teleport, but you can only teleport to gas station bathroom toilets. Like, oh, I can breathe fire, but it comes out only when I have indigestion.
That'd be sick.
Like,
I never eat Tums again.
like I can turn invisible, but only when I kiss people. Like, you know, it's cool, but
It's cool, but weird. Not that useful.
all right. Mine was I want the ability to teleport, but only to Margaritavilles.
Just fucking weird.
Teleport.
Yeah,
Of
no,
all
like
places.
literally, like, okay, like, yes, I got pulled over by a cop because of speeding, but I can teleport to a Margaritaville.
Your car's just roadside,
Yes.
and you're just in a
They're like,
Margaritaville.
yes, that's cool, but
But like, why?
they're like,
At least gas station bathrooms. There's fucking gas station bathrooms all over the world.
yeah,
Like,
but you have to like step into the toilet.
I mean, that's fine as long as I'm in Paris or whatever.
Like Mount Everest.
Right.
Like, yeah, I kind of smell like shit, but
There's
I'm in
probably
Paris.
a porta potty on the top of Mount Everest.
Yeah.
Just
What would your unconventional superpower be?
I thought mine was to be able to teleport to like porta potties all over the world.
You have to be a little more creative.
Did you ever hear that one where it was like, I think it was a TikTok trend. It was like, if you could have a power, but your power's like, each one of your fingers like shoots out a certain fluid, like what would you choose?
Oh.
And people were like, all 5 ranch. Shit like that.
Chick-fil-A sauce?
Chick-fil-A sauce. Like gasoline. People were pretty smart. They're like, I'd put like 1 rum, 1 Coke, so I could just
Oh my god, that's
I'm like, that's pretty
fantastic.
smart.
So like, wait. I have to add a little bit of science behind this. So like, what do you have to drink in order to like have this happen? Like, do you have to like drink water? Like, I don't know. Like what if you're super dehydrated and you're like,
And one of your fingers waters.
You have 10 fingers, so
no,
it's like...
no, I don't think you understand what I mean by that. Like, in order for it to happen, like, you know how like Ice King from like Adventure Time, like he can't shoot ice out of his hands if like he's exhausted or not around ice, or
So
it's
like
too...
it's kryptonite, kind of.
No.
So he can't... No, I get what you're saying.
Like, the
there's
recharge
something-
your power.
Another one. Frozone. Okay. Frozone, he literally was in a burning building. So he
Right.
couldn't shoot out ice because he was literally in a burning building. There's no
Right.
air, like water in the air.
When was
Right.
that? What?
You haven't seen The Incredibles?
Which one?
The
He was
first one.
Incredible one, yeah.
He was in a burning building and he couldn't.
Yeah.
Like rescuing
You know that
like-
one scene where he's like, I'm thirsty.
I'll have
And
to
then-
rewatch it. It's been a few
You have
years.
to go rewatch it or something.
Yeah, you have to rewatch it.
Yeah, nothing to have to, charge up your batteries. Just whatever fluid.
I think when you're not selling Bath and Body Works candles, that's gonna be like your prevention of.
That's gonna be your
superpowers.
kryptonite.
Yeah.
You have
I
your
think I'm confused by that.
you have your power, but you have to at least work 1 shift
Oh
for
my god.
for
In order
teleportation.
to be able to use your powers, you have to sell a specific amount of candles.
Yeah, okay, you have to sell $300 worth of candles in order for you to be able to squirt ranch out of your finger.
Teleport to a Margaritaville.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't teleport to a margarita.
It
Well,
should
I
have
mean,
to-
that's basically me being paid. Like, at the end of the day, like, okay, I could teleport to a Margaritaville.
It should cost
If I
different
work-
Margaritaville though. Like it's cheaper to teleport the Ohio one than it is to teleport to like the Jamaica one.
Yeah, facts.
Oh my god. Okay, what if the unconventional power was like, let's say, okay, I want to teleport to Japan or whatever, but you have to pay for it? Like
That's
the
not
same amount that it would
teleporting.
normally cost,
Yeah, it's-
but you still get to teleport. Like you can't, like
Oh,
it's
that's
not like going
fine.
to fly. Yeah, yeah.
If
So,
it's like I'm
teleportation,
instantly
like
there,
air miles or
so pretty much I skip flights.
yeah,
There's like
skip
a rewards
flights.
program.
I'm
It's like
down.
you still have to pay the $3,000 or
Like
whatever.
the
it
minute
is.
I hit like buy, I'm instantly teleported there.
Yep.
I'm down.
There's like a that was easy button. That's what the superpower is. You have a button on your countertop and you have to click it and be like, I want to go to Japan. Like, okay, I'm gonna take $3,000 out of your bank account.
Right. Shit, flights are like the most expensive right before they take off too.
Yeah.
Or can I book it still like in advance and just like whatever time my flight's supposed
No,
to be?
it's
I
in the
just-
moment.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's gonna be the most expensive time.
Yeah, that would be.
Because that's the last minute.
That's why it's an unconventional superpower.
I could figure it out.
Yeah.
I can get a getaway type vacation.
You're like, well, it's actually extremely cheap to go to Norway right now. I guess I'll go.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like, why is it $300? I'll take that.
Just be backpacking around the world at that point.
I see a $37 flight to Vegas.
What if
oh.
like the different fluids out of your finger was like you have to drink a gallon of whatever that fluid is before you're
Oh my
able to
God.
unlock the
Fuck.
power?
You got
It's
like,
like, yes.
Jack and vodka.
If
and
you
all
got
that,
like
you're
ranch, you gotta
fucked, yeah.
down a lot of ranch.
Yeah, or Chick-fil-A sauce. Yeah.
Or what if your unconventional superpower, you got to pick it first. Like, let's say I want invisibility, but they didn't tell you what the side effects were until after you pick your superpower. So, like, let's say you are like, I want X-ray vision, okay? But they don't tell you what the side effects are yet until after. You're like, okay, cool, now you have X-ray vision. Except for you can only see, like...
You gotta wear swimming goggles
organs.
to see
You can
it.
only see organs. Which would be, like... It's great because you could
If you're
become, like, a doctor.
yeah,
but,
who gives a
like,
shit about
why
that,
do you want
though?
to see organs? Only organs. You don't even see people's faces. Just organs.
I'm good off that. I don't want X-ray vision for that. We all
They're
know
like,
this.
never mind.
Nah, I don't even want it anymore.
No, that's, like, the whole
Never
point where you're like,
mind.
well, I mean, that was cool, but, like, now I kind of don't want this.
Right. Fuck that.
It's like a story, a moral story. Just be happy
It's like
with
a
what you
reward.
have. You know?
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that. Oh, I have to book in the moment and still pay, but I kind of teleport. I guess that's kind of cool.
Yeah. It's like a
Question mark?
Huh?
gotta take the good with the bad.
I guess something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
You got any fun model stories?
Yeah. One that I had in mind because I had to think before I go on a podcast because I have severe anxiety. One that I was thinking about was when I was first starting. It was like my first couple months once I moved down here, and I was taking free shoots to build my portfolio, and it was a double shoot day. So I shot with like a bags company in the morning. Really, it paid me. It was worked easy peasy. But then later on in the day, I had to drive from Orange County to like LA to meet up with this other person that I wanted to work with for a really long time. It was a trade post shoot, something I'd hoped to get good content from. Fantastic photographer, great work. I get there and we start shooting, and he asks me like basic banter questions where he's like, oh, well, what type of modeling do you want to do? How long have you been modeling? Like all this stuff. And I was like, well, I really want to get into like fashion modeling because that was something that I was really genuinely into. I loved editorial work. I loved the crazy posing, the crazy makeup, like some stuff that that was an aspiration for me because it was so different from what I normally do. I'm totally the lifestyle, easy smiley, you know, type modeling where it's like the girl next door type look.
Yeah.
I wanted to do the complete opposite just to show that I had range. And this guy proceeds to kind of roast me. Like while I'm posing, because we're talking in between while we're taking photos. He was like, yeah, I don't think I see you more as like a commercial model. And he made comments about my weight and about how like, oh, you'd probably have to like drop like 20-40 pounds. For reference, I'm like 130, so I'd have to literally get down to like 100 pounds.
Eating disorder.
Yeah, get an eating disorder.
A tapeworm.
And then he also proceeds to call me disproportionate because I'm gonna link my Instagram at Megan Vinther, MEGANVINTHER on Instagram. Go look at my Instagram, and you'll see that I am very bottom heavy. I got booty.
Facts.
Yeah. I'm like very skinny up top, you know, lanky arms, itty bitty waist, big round thing in your face.
Nice.
So he's not wrong there, but it just hurt so bad in the moment for him to say, oh, you have to drop like 20-30 pounds.
Especially when you're just starting and
Just
already
starting.
not very,
Established.
pretty fucking small in
Yeah.
your body.
Yeah. And also calling me disproportionate. And
People in the modeling industry is fucking brutal.
yeah. And he also made comments about my hair because I have naturally curly hair. And he made comments about like, oh, your hair doesn't move much, does it? Because if you ever, I don't know, seen or have curly hair or textured hair, it doesn't. Like, you know, you have to like work with it a very specific way. It's not something you can run your fingers through or like effortlessly move. It's like something that's like basically a crown. It just sits there. It's like, it's
Hard to
I
manage.
don't know, like hard to manage. Yes, great way to say it. And I wanted to like bring that one up as like a significant model story because I've grown so much. That was 2 years ago, and I have done some fashion work, not really editorial work, but that's on me. You know, I'm out here for the money.
Right.
Yeah, and also I have done like boutique work. I've done lots of lifestyle work. He wasn't wrong with that. And I feel like there's a little bit of like a moral there where it's like, oh, stick to what you're good at. Stick to like, I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
it could have went about it way better though.
oh yeah, like he definitely could have said the exact same things but in a better way. I know that if I wanted to do some crazy editorial work, I'd have to like really, really change up my look. Like maybe like, I don't know, do some crazy hairstyle and crazy, I don't know, like it. I know that my best work and my bread and butter is like lifestyle stuff, easy commercials, stuff where I'm like smiling and posing and lighthearted fun stuff. Like I do a lot of lifestyle, boutique work, product, stuff like that, commercial modeling, small speaking roles. Just, it was hard, and I feel like it would be good to hear from other people, like their stories, because I've had talked to other models too, where they've been told to lose or gain weight. They've been told to dye their hair, to cut their hair. Like, it's interesting how much of a chokehold beauty standards are. And I've also, at many shoots, been told to change myself in like very specific ways. Like, oh, pose this very specific way. Oh, dress this very specific way. Like, oh, you should dye your hair, or you should.
They're trying to craft you into what they
yeah,
think
literally,
you should be.
yeah. And almost all the commentary is contradictory. I've been told to gain weight. I've been told I'm too small, but I've also been told I'm too big. I've been told that I've been booked consistently because of my curly hair, because it's very different, like blonde curly hair. Like, oh wow, like that's it looks different. But also, I've been told like that they don't want that look. Like, I've had like the same criticisms that are my best attributes.
Yeah.
So, interesting.
Nice.
You got any modeling stories, Chris?
I do actually.
Oh,
This
what were you
one-
gonna? I'm curious.
I mean,
You did it for a little bit.
yeah. So you actually got me into it. I mean, we've had Rodney. We modeled for him. Shout out, Rod.
Hey. We aren't using names here. We
All
aren't
right,
using
all right.
business names here.
Shout
Blurb that out.
Shout out the guy that's not named that. Anyway, so he actually had us go to Vegas for a trade show, and that was
I'm trying to be
interesting.
very vague with this
I
story.
forgot about that.
Sorry, it's my first time. But anyway, no, I mean we've done a lot of different shoots together. Some awkward, and you know that. And then some that
Oh
were
yeah, actually, yeah, we should talk about that one.
Okay, so
But again, vague. You have to be good
right.
about vague.
So we'll get to that one, but ultimately, I think I don't know. I mean, like when we first met, we've had some pretty fun, interesting ones that kind of tailored into, you know, where we're at now, being married and everything like that. Just kind of
Are
getting
you
that
talking
experience.
about the shoot with that we did for a wedding?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we
That
did
was
a
kind
wedding
of
shoot.
Funny.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
got like a full-on wedding
While you were
cake.
engaged.
Like, yeah,
No, oh my
no,
God.
we weren't even engaged.
That
really?
was
Yeah,
a
so-
beautiful shoot. Like
No,
I
it
had
was-
to
it
be,
was
I had
amazing.
to be sewn into a dress.
Did you guys ever post those?
No, because they messed up my my sizing. They asked,
Oh.
and I specifically gave them like the accurate measurements for like my pants, like my shirt, all
Yeah.
that. and I come like shoot day with Megan. She's getting ready, and I'm like, babe, we have a problem. Like, all my stuff is like 3 times like too big.
No shit.
So it was like, I don't know, like we made it work obviously, but it was uncomfy. The one thing I will say is obviously at the time, and even now obviously, you know, I was above the drinking age, so they did have like a mobile bar, and that was cool. You know, we got to drink. They brought like a full-on wedding cake, some food. So
Oh my gosh, they had a carrot cake, like a vegan gluten-free carrot
Is that what it
cake.
was?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was super good.
Fantastic. Wow.
It'd be funny to post that like before you guys even got
Yeah,
Well,
right.
no.
Like
People
surprise.
are like, what the fuck?
No, so what happened was
Secret wedding.
she posted like a story, and then I remember I posted like her thing because she tagged me in it, and I got like 4 people I went to college with like, oh my god, congratulations, and I'm like, I was like, nah, like when
I would have known to be like, you could send me my wedding gift at this address.
Literally, I was,
Um,
no, it was interesting, but why don't you huh?
I was just gonna say, like, I was gonna add to like the wedding story
Yeah, go
where I
ahead.
was like, so I actually really badly wanted to post the photos from that shoot,
No, you
but
can.
like, I get so in my head about so many things. There's so many photos that I have in my modeling portfolio that I wish that I posted or I want to still post, but I haven't because like I'm like, oh, this is like 4 years old now. But like
Who's
I
gonna
You
know?
can, I mean,
I
there's
get
so,
in my head
Like,
like
there's so many people like that are in like the social media world that will recycle photos over and over
Yeah,
again. So
especially
it's
people
like-
that are just posting reels or whatever.
Exactly. So I feel like even if you did like recycle something from like 3 years ago, half the people are gonna assume like it was new because like it's not like you look drastically different. Like in all honesty.
maybe I can do it as like our 1 year anniversary. I could be like,
Or you just
here's
put like
us
a
from
tiny
a wedding
throwback
shoot.
into the
Yeah.
corner.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, yeah, but
and you hold this. I'm gonna check up on my salmon.
all right.
I don't think
Double fisting now.
I don't think people would notice though. I'll be like, oh, you posted this 4 years
I
ago.
know.
What's the other story about Vegas?
So yeah, so going back to that, I mean that one was fun though. We were having some trouble with the guy though because he originally put in the agreement, you know, to pay us a lot more for what we did, and we ended up working like well over the threshold of time that
12
we
hours.
agreed on,
No shit.
just because it was like a very hectic trade show. I mean, like Steve Madden was there, like a
That's
bunch of
sick.
other people. No,
Great
it
people.
was. Yeah, they had like I don't know, it's crazy. They had like the skateboarding like BMX contest thing going
Okay.
on. They had all these different like up and coming brands, shoes, lifestyle stuff. It was cool. You know, you got to meet a lot of people. They had really good food, drinks, but it was just awkward. I remember like I said, he didn't want to like pay us the proper amount. It was hectic trying to get everything from him. I mean, Vegas is cool. It was my first time, but just interesting. You remember when he took us the last day to like whatever buffet
Oh
place that
my
was,
God.
and it was like in like the most rundown like area.
So, a little bit more context. We've worked with this guy for years. Like, he was one of my first couple shoots, and he gave a pretty low rate, which I was fine with at the time because, you know, I was just starting, wanted good photos, and I worked with him. I think in total I've worked with him like 8 times, and this is a pretty big name brand, like something that's in Macy's. So I also felt like I was very honored
Yeah.
to work with these people, where I was like, oh dang, this brand is in not only Macy's but also in Bloomingdale. That's a resume
well-known,
builder.
yeah.
Yeah. And pay so low. Also, more context, I've talked to people in the modeling world where they're like, oh, I did modeling for Nordstrom's. Oh my gosh, what'd they pay you? Minimum wage. Literally. But even some like high-end brands don't even end up paying people. Have you ever talked to, like, Erica has a friend who has modeled for Valentino. She modeled them for like multiple years. Got paid nothing every single time. Nothing.
Fuck?
Nothing.
That's surprising.
She didn't even get photos back. Anyways, I'm gonna go back to like the original topic.
So
Vegas.
we were talking about Vegas, but then you also wanted to bring up the awkward photo shoot. So
Oh yeah.
that we did kind of recently.
Yeah. So going back to the person with Macy's and yada yada, he wanted to have us be a part of a trade show, which was very high paying. We were very excited for it. And we took off multiple days to do this. And he said food was involved and the hotels are involved. Great. The food kept
trip.
being lowballed. Like
Yeah.
the food, like I think on the very last day, we went to like this all you can eat like Chinese food buffet, and the food all looked like I was gonna like
Yeah,
get
like you
sick.
were gonna get like
Think of the worst part of town
Did they
in
go
Vegas.
with you guys to like
Yeah.
the meals
yeah.
and shit?
But like he was like hyped on it. Like he was like, "Oh, you guys like eat up," and like we're talking like this food just literally looked like it was left out for like 2 weeks. It was
Yikes.
freaking disgusting.
recooked
there was like
4
one
times.
person in there. Like all these
Especially in
people
Vegas.
were like
Flies
sick.
around.
Like it was disgusting. I mean, we were like just ready to get home at that point. We would have been
Jesus Christ.
happier like getting. I mean, well, in general, I mean, anyone would be happier getting fucking Taco Bell or something.
Hey man,
like
I'll get
Yeah.
myself dinner
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like I think it was something where it was like, oh yeah, this is $15 per person.
Yeah.
Again, I'd much rather be happier at like McDonald's.
I gotta be honest though. So the first night, I think he realized because he's like, oh, we're going over the budget that I thought about in my head. Because the first night wasn't that bad. Like
First night we went
like-
to a nice
Yeah, we
restaurant.
went to like a nice restaurant. We got drinks. Like we walked around. It was nice. It was a good time. You know, I enjoyed it. Got to see the Sphere, like everything, like that Vegas has to offer.
But again, we had one 10-hour day and one 12-hour day. It was insane.
And then the
No overtime.
exactly, and then like the second to third day, because we were there like around that amount of time, it just kept getting worse and worse. Like you said, I mean, the second day he didn't even want to go out. We ordered in. We had that pizza place that was pretty good. But then like last day, like she said,
Do you
I mean, it
remember how
was
the
just
place
run
was
down.
weirdly freezing? Like inside the building. So it's Vegas during the summer. Picture this.
Oh, you're in the summer.
Literally 110. So I brought
It was-
only
yeah, it was
clothes.
so hot.
No, I brought only clothes that were like tank tops, little itty bitty dresses, like,
Right.
like that. But then once you go inside, it's heavily air conditioned.
Okay.
And I was actually shivering. I was cold to the bone. I ended up actually getting sick because we were inside this place where it was so cold. And I was like, I felt like I was blue because I was so cold. And we were there for hours. Like, I feel like we were there.
We'd get
like,
there, yeah. So we'd get there at like 8 in the morning, stay till like 7, 8 at night. So typically like 12-hour shifts, even though we agreed on like just a 8-hour shift. Or
Actually,
something.
because the show started at 8, I think we got there at like 7 to like
Yeah,
do
'cause we had to,
setup.
because we had to set up, and then
So-
last day we had to help pack everything up too.
Ugh.
Damn, you gotta help pack shit up too.
Yeah.
And then when we left, I mean, I wasn't expecting to get paid right away with him. I mean, that's pretty normal, especially if it's a decent like large dollar amount. But this guy kept like pushing off. He's like, yeah, like what's your information? I'm gonna send it like today. And then like a week and a half would go by, and it's like, yo, like
man.
where's my money?
Right.
And then it was just like finally he was like, oh, I'm waiting on Megan to confirm. And I had to be kind of a you know what, and I was like, dude, like that's my wife, like just send it, like we're agreed, like we just want our money, we worked hard
Right.
for. So yeah, it was
On
that
a
was
side
annoying.
note, while we were telling this story, I just got booked. So
Hell yeah.
Hey, more money.
How much
Go.
were you supposed to get paid versus what you got paid?
Well,
Are you allowed to disclose?
No.
yeah, nah, I think we signed an NDA.
Damn.
Yeah, but you wanna speak on the most recent one that we did? I mean, in all honesty, I'm not a full-time model like you. I mean, you make like that's one of the main sources of your income. But it is cool to be able to book and do something with you, being my wife. But that was definitely something that was a little awkward and uncomfortable for me. So
Okay, so the most recent shoot that me and Chris have done, it was for like a Patreon / like content user. Like he makes people subscribe to his work to watch what he like makes, that type of a deal.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
Patreon or like I don't know.
OnlyFans.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. OnlyFans. And he does everything from ASMR videos, like mukbangs. Like he does all those videos where it's like highly recreatable stuff where it's like pretty easy.
The weird shit people are
Yeah, like the weird shit where it's like, okay, I'm gonna be like unwrapping like the candies and like right next to the microphone, so it's like extra,
weird shit.
Okay. Yeah. But he also makes kissing videos.
yeah,
And
it was the most awkward thing. I mean, the location itself.
Like a back alley.
No, so
no, it's
so,
a nice, really
Well,
nice
hold on.
place.
So it did look like it was going to be kind of like a weird situation. And then, she's been in communication with this guy. So he comes up, and I think he's the most weirdest fucking guy I've ever met.
Mm-hmm.
Like at first, like he seemed like really, really, really just kind of out of it. And I didn't know what to expect. And then we get into this room, and it's like full like Barbie / like Willy Wonka's house, like full
Very
pink,
weird.
like, no, like literally full pink, like had like all these different like display and like props, like ice cream, like it was cool, like it was interesting, but it was just awkward because it's like, okay, hey, like I'm gonna pay you, but I need you to go in different spots, and I have to film you making out for 4 minutes at a time. And it's like, okay, like, if me and her are just like making out because we're making out,
Right,
like that's fine, like whatever, like the time goes
In front
and
of
like
someone else.
yeah, but like to have like a camera, a freaking ring light, like like it's just awkward because it's like, all right, like I feel like I'm like in like the adult industry or
Well,
something
and
like
also,
that, like
like-
about to film a scene.
Right.
But it was just interesting. My mouth would start getting tired because we would like
no,
we would
like,
get like
you okay, so when you are kissing your significant other, you're not timing it.
Right.
And you're doing it just like, for pure enjoyment, and you're not doing it for like literally a set amount of time. 4 minutes of making
Yeah.
out is a lot.
It's a long
like
time, and
my
this
my
guy's
lips
like,
were numb. Like, oh my gosh,
and
like
this guy kept like switching it up, like, all right, can you use ton here? Can you do this? And I'm like, bro, yeah, sure. Like, I don't know. I mean, he makes his dollar, we make our dollar. Like, the
He was
world is
very
happy,
high paying,
but,
very high paying.
It was surprising because it took way less time than we thought, but it still was like
Weird,
it was just
awkward.
weird. It was the weirdest shoot that I've ever done, and I'm sure like one of the weirdest shoots that Megan's ever done. But
it was one of those fine lines where it's like, okay, what is the weirdest thing you'd be willing to do for a certain amount of money? Like it's not anything at the end of the day, kissing is kissing. It's not
Yeah.
bad. Like we kiss, and it's literally, it's not OnlyFans. We're fully clothed. Like
Yeah.
it's nothing crazy.
Sounds
It
like
is weird.
Yeah.
Filmed a softcore porn
I
type
know,
shit.
I know. Who knows? I mean, we'll see.
I wonder how
mean,
much money that guy makes. off
he
his
probably.
shit.
I think he makes because he's been. I remember when I was having a conversation with him because we had to change outfits, so like Megan might have been in like the fitting room or whatever.
Yeah.
But I was like talking with him. He's like, "Yeah, I've been doing this for like 10, 15 years," and I'm like, "Wow, okay." And he's like, "Yeah, I just I film, I book people, I film, these segments, and then I post them on these specific platforms." I think he was saying he gets upwards of 1,000 to 2,000 per video. So I mean, if he's
Damn.
giving us 200,
Hey,
sorry, if he's giving us money, then yeah, he makes extra money. He's profiting.
we are
Right.
cutting that out.
Sorry, we're cutting that. Sorry.
We didn't say a dollar amount.
Yeah, we said like something that I was gonna continue, and it was stopped. But anyway, on a good brighter note, you got booked. I got booked for my business just now.
Hell yeah.
Did you?
I did.
Slay.
Yeah. So I checked
We're
my
both
phone.
getting booked.
Yeah. So around that context, I'm gonna shout it out real quick. All my SoCal people.
Do it.
www.cmgcleaners.com. Get your home or business cleaned by your boy. Just started it, but yeah, I mean, it's crazy. You know, the one thing that I thought about is like, you know, it's just one of those things that you got to take a chance in life, and you know, gotta hopefully make some money. But
This video is sponsored by CMG Cleaners.
Damn,
That's
Erica's
right.
house.
yeah, and Erica's house and Carly's birthday.
Hell yeah. Big place you're booking, Chris?
It is, yeah.
Hell yeah.
It would be my first commercial spot. So, in context, I mean, I've been doing residential cleanings. We've been open for about a month. I've done about 3 residential cleanings at this point. Good money. It's interesting because you have to work around what people are willing to pay you and decide, you know, hey, is this worth my time? Especially as I continue to grow. But the commercial ones definitely have a lot higher potential just because, you know, it is a bigger location. There are more rooms and square footage that you got to clean. But, yeah, I mean, that's ultimately what I'm looking for. So, yeah.
Nice.
I hate to cut it short, but I have to go to work.
Hell no.
Done.
You two can keep going, but I'm gonna start grabbing my things and skedoodling.
We could wrap it up.
Alrighty.
Can wrap it and skedaddle
What's
out.
your shoot for?
Mine?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a glamour shoot. So
Glamour.
it's with someone that I've worked with before. Yay, repeat customers. They do shoots where they book a certain amount of models, like let's say 5 models. And photographers, like, they post in, they're like, glamour shoot with these set models. Pay is this much. And photographers pay in to get content shoots. They do like a form where it's like, okay, everyone gets 45 minutes with each model. And it's great because models get paid, photographers get work, and it, you know, content that they could potentially use for their pages or whatever they need. And I've worked with them, and they're always really great, very professional. Sometimes, you know, because anyone can pay into these things, I have had one poor experience, but I've grown a lot to where I'm very good at being able to express myself and shut something down very fast. Like, that's something that is a skill. I've not been good at being able to just flat out say, I'm not comfortable with that.
Yeah.
No, and be a little sassy when needed. And it's sometimes needed.
Fair.
But yeah, that's what I got booked for. It's a glamour shoot, but it's like a model meetup group type deal.
Nice.
Photographers.
Make your
That's
connection.
awesome. Yeah, for real. You've been making your connections since us moving down here, and it seems like you're pretty consistently booked, which is good because
I got like 3 shoots next week.
yeah.
Damn.
I mean,
Damn.
maybe at some
She
point,
busy.
Yeah, you are, and that's good for us, you know. So anyway,
yeah.
thanks for having us on, Christian.
Thanks
Thanks
you,
for
Christian.
coming.
Yeah.
Oh,
Alright.
and
Go ahead.
check out your photography account because we're going to be posting photos
My
of me in a
photography account at
swimsuit.
meganvinther.com.
Yeah, check out my Instagram, check out his Instagram because you'll see photos of
When
me
you
in
get
a
a model
swimsuit.
for like his cleaner business?
She did. She's on the website.
It's like
Oh,
a
really?
very
Yeah.
lifestyle
Her
thingy
and-
where
her
like
Marissa, yeah.
my sister's like
Oh,
back
that's
is
true,
turned,
that's
she
true.
has her phone out, and I'm
Yeah.
like
I
I just mean
pretending
like
to show
more
her the site.
unconventional
I
stuff.
mean, eventually, because obviously, you know, shout out to you, shout out to her. You guys follow the social media pages for that. But right now, just because, like I said, we are new, I got to get more jobs first. The
Yeah.
more we
Get
expand
established.
up, the more we expand up, I mean, I would love to shoot more promotional videos with her. I have shirts, I have different things, but
I'm gonna
it's
have to
just-
start charging you.
yeah, it's just all about the process. So, you know, eventually.
Fuck
Eventually,
yeah.
for sure. But she's,
All right, homies.
shout out.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Get your shit cleaned.
Get your shit clean.
Get your shit modeled.
Get your shit modeled.
All right. Let's wrap it up.
All right.
Bye,
Adios.
besties.
Peace.
Goodbye forever.